Okay, here's a little information about what to do when you are preparing for conception. We're trying to help you figure out how to prepare yourself, your partner, your lifestyle to have as easy of a time, not just conceiving, but with your pregnancy, delivery, and with your baby. So, it's always an incredible gift to feel ready to expand your family. So, congratulations on that. And this is a very important time. The 2.5 months or so before your conception is a very important time for you to kind of align yourself with nature, find balance, make sure that you're not tackling your own health issues while you're trying to tackle these new obstacles in your life and these reach these new monuments with conception, with carrying a baby and then caring for a baby. So in Ayurveda, it's important to take this time before conception. So we'll look at, why to prepare, different preconception lifestyle and routine things that you can do, ways to normalize menses, and preconception fertility diet and things like that. So, according to Ayurveda, we talk about the elements and us all and all things that we are surrounded by being filled with those elements. So, you have ether, air, fire, water, and earth. And if any of these things are off, then something in your life will also be off. And you can think of everything that you take in, from the food that you eat to the things that you do to the media that you take in. All of that has some or more of these elements within it. So it's important for the parent to feel balanced in not just their bodies but in their environment, and you pass that balance on. There's actually some research on showing how your prakriti, or your true nature, is passed on or influenced your baby's prakriti, or their true nature. So the more balanced you are during conception, the more you will pass that on to your new baby. Okay. So preparing for conception, it's always we always make sure that you have a healthy weight. Are you under or overweight? This starts 2.5 months before you are hoping to conceive, so that we can get any imbalances under control. And we always look to see if there's a rejuvenative practice that's necessary, or a purification practice that's necessary. And all these practices are meant to be rid some of the heightened doshas, or heightened imbalances, or heightened elements within your body out. And then what kind of diet might you need? What kind of treatments might you need? These are all things that you will know once you have a one-on-one consultation, and we can kind of figure out what your vikriti or your imbalance is, and then we can go from there. But if you need any of those treatments, or be really specific with your diet, then you need a little bit of time to bring that into balance before working towards conception. We always want to make sure that we're preventing ama, which is just undigested food matter, or the buildup of unwanted waste, or in the body. So we want to eat proper foods according to our digestive strength and our agni. And ideally, we remove impurities from our body, from our environment, remove environmental toxins, and this will help us bring into our space and our body and our minds more balance. And we want to balance and raise ojas. So ojas is usually heightened with another baby and another heartbeat in the body. And the higher your ojas is, the more you will feel that as you are in gestation. So it's important that you are doing ojas building things. And it's important to regulate your menstrual cycle, should be about 27, 28 days, and make sure that you have the proper diet and the proper lifestyle and routine to make that happen. And then once you kind of regulate your cycle, you want to wait about 2 to 3 months after the cycle is regulated before conception. So that is kind of solidified. Okay, and if you need to regulate your menstrual cycle, then in that it's a really good start to in the first 3 days of menstruation to eat really easily digestible foods, nothing too heavy, to eat according to your digestive strength. So, some people have an increase in digestive strength during their cycle, some people have a decrease. So, you kind of want to adjust according to you uniquely. You want to avoid fasting during this time and eat moist and warm foods. It's important to get a lot of rest. To keep a schedule and a routine during this time, we recommend that you use pads rather than tampons, and you favor uplifting mental and emotional input and activity. So you're always trying to kind of surround yourself with softness and lightness and sattvic things or pure things during this time. Okay, and so the preconception diet is usually uh, something that is nourishing and balancing for you. That's unique for you. 12% of infertility has to do with overnourishment or undernourishment. So, underweight people, it tends to diminish the estrogen and progesterone caused by imbalances of digestion, nutrition, by imbalances of menses or sperm quality, imbalance in the rasa blood or shukra, your reproductive tissues. So it's important that you have an appropriate weight. If you're overweight, this usually results in more of excessive estrogen or progesterone. There's an excess of kind of stickiness or blockages within the shrotas or the channels in the system. There can be um, a blockage in signal to increase or decrease estrogen production, and obstacles with nutrition and bone health, bone marrow health, and reproductive tissue. And often there's weak digestion. So it's important that you see your proper Ayurvedic consultant or somebody that you are in the care of so that they can help you kind of manage this before you work towards conception. And there are some dietary guidelines for fertility, and you can favor more foods that will increase purity of the body and the mind, and favor foods that increase ojas in the body, which we say are things like milk and ghee, lots of ojas in organic, raw, naturally sourced milks and ghees. Have raw and fresh boiled milk 3 times a day and use ghee. You can even add ghee into the milk, just depending on your weight, your needs, the clarity of your channels. Have multiple servings of fruit, veggies, proteins, beans, nuts, and reduce red meat and poultry. Make sure you're taking some sort of multivitamin, iron, plant supplements, or something like this. And you can kind of manage the ojas in the body or increase it during different seasons. So buttermilks are usually really good to have during the hot season for digestion, and lassi is really good to have during the cold season for digestion. And there's a fertility mix that you can add to. It's really nice and like warm milk, or even just warm water, but warm milk in the evening for rest and relaxation. That's turmeric, cardamom, and cinnamon. And then avoid hot, sharp, spicy foods, alcohol, eliminate smoking, and things like that. Okay, so there's also this thing that we call behavioral rasayanas, and this is important to make sure that you're producing a sattvic environment for your mind, reducing your stress, and producing a sattvic environment for a baby to grow. And this just means that you're maintaining a low stress, relaxed state as much as possible. So you're maintaining a pure mind. You're practicing something like TM, transcendental meditation, or mindfulness, because this practice of transcendental meditation, asana, and the combination with behavioral rasayanas really creates the perfect environment for relaxation. So behavioral rasayanas are simple and complex at the same time. You want to make sure that you're practicing things like truthfulness, reducing anger, having non-violent interactions. There's a sweetness, love, compassion, positivity, cleanliness. There's a simple ease to your life and your behaviors, and the spaces that you're in. You're staying away from alcohol, you're being moderate and avoiding hurrying, and practicing devotion to whatever it is that you feel devoted to, some divine in some way. Okay, so you can also practice a daily routine, and getting in routine is really good for regulating menses, and also really good for creating routine when you do have a baby or another little one in your environment. So in the morning, you can wake up, drink your boiled water, eliminate your bowels, your bladder, clean your teeth, scrape your tongue, oil pull, gargle, do oil massage, and then bathe. Practice your asana, your TM breakfast, and then be active, go on with your day. And then in the afternoon, have lunch, your activities, practice asana and TM. And in the evening, have your dinner, do a light walk, and kind of wind down for rest. Okay, so it's always important to make sure that you are working under somebody that you trust, somebody that is competent in the work that they're doing. If you are working towards preparing for conception, it's important too that you see a competent Ayurvedic consultant or practitioner so that you get the proper recommendations that are specific to you, and that you feel cared for in your journey towards that. Make sure that you have a competent yoga teacher to help you with specific asanas, somebody that knows about essential oils and things like that, so that you're taking in the proper oils and herbs. And this is a very uh, good opportunity to bring yourself into balance, whether or not you are, preparing for a baby or preparing for a big change in your family. So kind of enjoy it. And if there's any questions that you have, just let me know.